and welcome to yet another installment of Rock and Roll. I'm Robert Madoy. Joining me at the table is debutant Alan Musoke and the usual suspect, Philip Kiboijana. We have a star-studded lineup that includes an affable doctor, a pioneer of women's rugby in Uganda, and the odd upstart from the school's rugby league. Three great pieces, guys. Quite a front row.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a pretty exciting.
Interesting front row there, Robert. But as usual, brilliant show it will be.
Okay. Well, here's a little more about our front row. Bigger is better. Ugandan rugby luminaries bulk up as they set out to confront enormous packs. We examine the pros and cons of ingesting dietary supplements. The school's rugby league is up and running. We have the lowdown on who's firing on all cylinders and who isn't. And the girls just want to have fun, but will they be able to jump a lofty logistical hurdle? We talk to Helen Buteme. Looking forward to all of that. Hope all of you are too. But we begin with a story that has left the rugby fraternity with, well, food for thought. This, by the way, is no ordinary food, but dietary supplements. We've been speaking to former Rugby Cranes Inside Center and practicing doctor Tony Luja about whether there is something fishy going on.
We are aiming higher with the supplementations, but it's ideally an enhancement of your body's performance and in terms of providing the muscles with enough nutrients to perform at high levels and also recovering very fast, because the game is quite intense, different from our times in early 2000s and 99s, where the physicality is much in terms of game time training is very hard, and the people that have tried it out have shown benefit in terms of putting on body mass for the small guys and improving their all-round performance, awareness, quick off the feet. I can call it more like a tripod stand arrangement or a triangle formation, where the base of the triangle is total hard work and commitment and gym time. Then in the middle of the triangle is where you have good feeding, hydration and everything, minimal alcohol consumption. And then at the top is where maybe the subs can come in. It would need to have an understanding of what's on the market, what's ready available to you, and what is legally acceptable. Some guys take subs that are really contaminated, and I mean these ones they measure in town in spoons and everything and grams, so it's not for everyone to say I'm wearing subs blind, and because I've seen say Matthias or Scott taking subs, I think I need to take subs, but that is because I've done it for some time and they've known what works for them. So there's a whole lot and variety of supplements that are there. I mean in Uganda the basic ones is whey protein, which is usually for the big guys that want to trim down, and there is creatine. Now creatine has basic creatine transport. These are all different kinds of creatines that help the body. Creatine just retains water into the body and increases availability of water to break down, so you become bigger with taking it. So there is endurance supplements, carbohydrates mixed, there's the cryo tanks, there's then the illegal ones, then there are hormonal things people use like injections, which I've had some people have actually used them before here, but it's something I wouldn't encourage, the hormonal injections. So there is quite a variety where to get them. Yes, you can get them in where to get organized places. You can get them from the organized places. USA and US and Africa with games, so they actually South Africa with games, and I think some other town, and I think some other town, but other than that, there's a whole range of everything. Some are illegal, some actually pointed out. Some are illegal, some actually pointed out. Supposed to use them after clearance. Success stories, yes. We have people who have actually improved their game all around. People who have become better. Martha Socho, Scott Holworth, they'll tell you yes. They use it occasionally, and because recovery on Sunday after a rugby game is very, 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 very difficult. You have body pains, and you have aches and bruises and everything. And getting out of bed on Sunday, it's you have to go to the gym by the beginning of Monday. So it's crazy if you have a job and you have family and stuff and all that stuff to do. If you have yes, if you abuse them and use them funnily, like you have to get a clearance from your medical practitioner that your kidneys are fine and safe. I mean, stuff like creatine can actually in the long run impinge on your kidney function. So you have to make sure you get a clean health bill before you start, and make sure you have no alignments. Your heart, your everything is basically fine. So the do's and don'ts, you have to essentially double your work rate, and this comes in a way that the thing about supplements, they improve your performance, yes, they'll make you put on a few kilograms, yes, they'll make you condense more hits, and if you don't change your lifestyle and continue the partying, the eating the pork and everything, it gets really crazy. You actually have to have a diet plan. Like I said, in the triangle, you start with working out at the first level, extreme workout. Second level is eating well, drinking lots of water, not alcohol, or minimizing alcohol, because rugby and alcohol on Saturday night is the way forward for most people. But that itself is the second most important step of the supplement. And at the tip of the triangle is where the supplements will come in, but not starting with them down and later not doing anything. So in a way, but going forward, yes, it's something we really, really need to have for some people. I mean, there's some people that actually need to bulk up, become stronger, better players, and subs may be one of the options to go. I mean, like especially 7.
But is the line that separates subs from contraband substances such as steroids, is it blood?
Yes, it is very, very blood, because ideally what can be legal today could be illegal tomorrow, and that's how some of the top athletes have even been caught offside. Yeah. And then again, we are in a world where everybody is trying to sell something. Yeah. So if they sell it or they make something and include anabolic steroids, yeah, and it makes you perform better, you're going to recommend it to other people, and they're going to make money. Some people are just out to make money, and again, some people also out to just cheat the game. Yeah. So it is really not worth it for you to go out there and even put the Uganda's reputation on the line, because yes, you can do it for the league. We don't have the power to test yet, but when you go out for international tournament, you will still have the remnants of that in your blood system, and that kills the sport for us in general, because we get fined, we get banned. So again, as an athlete and for the growing game, we need to do this very, very carefully. Yeah,
and Philip was talking to a back row player, a Cranes back row player, Rugby Cranes that is. He told me about how he got muscle cramps last year when they were playing Kenya. That was in the Car Cup. There are certain side effects that come, you know, when you use these supplements, aren't they? Yeah.
Of course, there are certain side effects, and you look, of course, at a game like that, is a man who was on the defensive most of the time. Yeah. But surely he probably used them late, probably used the wrong ones, because they also have positives. You saw Stone mention Scott Oloch uses them. They've upped his game. He mentioned Musaja. He mentioned, I think, even our coach, Matthias Ocho, our captain, sorry. Yeah. So they have a good side and a bad side. You just need to be sure about which to use and when to use it.
Stone, who is Tony Luja, by the you know, talked about this, that you have to first know your body type. You have to check out with a physician or an expert, and you have to set goals. What do you want to do? Do you want to bulk up? Do you want to do it for endurance, and do you want to gain power? These are things that they should consider, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is, because it's no use you gaining weight and then being unable to carry it, for instance, and you have too much power and again you're too slow and ineffective. So either way, you have to combine this with your style of play. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to end up messing up not only your organs, and even your limbs.
Of course, Mado, you see, if you had the good doctor there, he talks of fitness as priority in this. He talks of a triangle where he says at the bottom is hard work and fitness. Yeah. So people should forget the concept that subs alone will add to your game strength and all.
Okay. Yeah, and Alan, I know you're a player from the yesteryear,
Yes.
or once upon a time you are a player. Do you believe that there is pressure nowadays on the modern day player, you know, to push the envelope? Is it driving them into using such things as supplements?
Yes, the modern game has really, really evolved to a level that we are now having to perform more. You have to do it harder, and the power in the rugby players nowadays is so immense that you just have to help your body, one, adapt to the power that is required in the game, and also be able to recover from both the training sessions and match day itself. Yeah. And again, if this is taken properly, if the supplements are taken properly, they always tell you, yes, stay away from alcohol. Yeah. They tell you hydrate a lot, because it's all about the body getting the proteins and the carbohydrates, and the only thing that it uses to burn them down is water. So cramps are a clear sign that you're dehydrated. Yeah. And you are going to collapse in the middle of the field just because you haven't drunk enough. Yeah. But the pressure on the game is so much, everybody has to deliver 110%. Now
moving on to schools rugby. I know the schools rugby league kicked off last Sunday it was, and Namilyango did not cover itself in glory, did it? The scoreless draw, the scoreless draw against King's College Budo, last year's Whipping Boys.
The level of rugby has grown, I should say, because as from Whipping Boys to being able to hold Namilyango to scoreless draw at their home ground, was a huge result for Budo. Per se, Namilyango, yes, we have to get worried. They have immense talent.
But Philip, are we seeing the non-traditional schools sort of stepping up to the plate, and the traditional rugby schools, the Namilyangos of this world, ceding ground to the likes of Hana Mixed, the likes of Kololo SS?
It's happening, Madoi. Look at Kololo SS. New to rugby, they beat Chambogo 10-3. Hana, defending champions, were held by London College 3-3. Of course, forget King's College, but just to go back to King's College, you give it to them. They recruited Ahamia. He's an IRB level 3 coach there. So he must have added a lot to their defense first, of course. And probably that helped a lot in the game against Namilyango. But like you said, the game is developing more and schools are getting involved more. So it's going to go away from the traditional old Namilyango smack domination eventually.
Philip, is there any action this weekend?
Yeah, of course there's action. You have, most of it is on Saturday though. You'll have Creamland hosting Paripale, a derby of the St. Lawrence is there. You have Kisubi High taking on Entebbe Parents, Crown City Hillside, Green Hill taking on Vienna, and Hilton, of course, taking on Turkish Light Academy there.
Okay, that's it for the first half of this show. When we return after the break, we will have plenty to sink our teeth into. Just don't expect dietary supplements though.